All right, we're on, everybody.
Hey, everybody.
Sorry, I was a couple seconds late. We were sitting here shooting the crud.
Yeah. Is everybody updated?
Yeah, Jay was the first one in here tonight. Welcome to the First Timers Club, Jay. Hey, look who came in. Hey, how you doing, Will? Good to see you, brother.
Hey, Will Patriot. Hey, CR.
I
Uh,
got my phone going.
yeah. Everybody got their channel updated, their channel sections. About page. Me and Will were discussing it. Videos, playlists, open channel page. Because they're on the 10th, they're really cracking down on the cell phone guys. Because they had too many complaints of trolls. People
That's how those
talking.
trolls work. They just set it up on their phone, and
Yep.
that way they can just go bouncing around, creating havoc.
Yeah. Just call me Uncle Al. It's a lot easier, folks. Die bullfrog so hard. I came up with that because when I put Uncle Al down for my YouTube handle, I got confused with a black DJ, another Uncle Al, a dead Uncle Al, a World War II Uncle Al vet, Uncle Al that was used to be a woman, and then another Uncle Al that was a Marine, and then there was another Uncle Al kind of looked like me, but Filipino, and then I got another Uncle Al from China, and then another Uncle Al. It got ridiculous.
Hey, Tibor, how you doing, my buddy?
So I stuck with Die Bullfrog. It's a lot easier.
I just have everybody call me Will because my screen name's so long.
Yeah. Even if you shorten it, it's still long.
I'm not shortening it up. Everybody knows it, so I just say call me Will, and everybody's good with that.
Yeah. But yeah, it got too hilarious with Uncle Albert because when people originally first hit my channel, they like, Uncle Al's a transvestite, Uncle Al's a dead DJ, Uncle Al's a World War II vet. I'm like, no, they're not me.
Hey, Robert, how you doing? I saw you come in earlier.
Hey, Robert. It's kind of hilarious. Everybody still gets me confused with the other Uncle Al. I got like three ladies says I have kids, and I keep saying I'm not black.
Hey, Kyle.
Hey, Kyle. And I keep telling them I've never
I
been.
keep throwing that link up there. You guys come up here if you want.
That's the funny
Just,
part. I keep
just hang out Thursday.
chat a little bit. Like I said, Will, it's kind of funny. I had three ladies says I have kids, and I keep telling them I'm not that Uncle Al. It's too funny. Uh, you got snow yet, or it's cleared and cold?
Ours is going way. We did have it.
Yeah, we finished up with a storm yesterday, and we got another one coming in today and Saturday. It's like, oh God, nonstop rain, and I can't work on my electrical. Yeah, it's always fun working on electrical in the rain. I have 100.
Your chat is frozen. Mine is doing good. I usually run it off my phone so I can see what's going on out there. I watch the chat off of my tablet, but I usually have my phone over there so I can see what's going on in the chat room.
Oh, that's good. I'm just using the laptop today. If you kind of notice, I'm still in the dark because
Hi, CR.
half my wiring's all over the house. So I got more extension cords running all over the place.
Oh, you got snow, CR? How much did you get?
Should be 8 inches because the next big storm is going to hit Gill in a few minutes, if I'm right. That's going to last until next week.
I see Hoople's cat made a video.
Oh yeah. Well, it's a lot better than a rewind YouTube for 2019. God, that was even worse than last year.
Hi, Jack.
Hi, Jack.
Hi, Lori.
Hi, Lori. Uh, I'm just tired. Make sure everybody, if you're, I remember, if your page is up to date and correct, they're going after all the smartphone guys, the trolls. If you do not have a complete site, they will take it down.
I even have my other channel all perked up so they can't mess with it.
Oh yeah, because they had too many complaints from the people who got trolled really bad, and it's mostly underage kids that are doing it. And the parents don't realize they could get charged for cyberbullying and harassment, a few other things. And if it's their phone, and they say, "Wait, I didn't put up all these YouTube sites, and I'm paying for the bill." Well, surprise, you're going to jail.
I noticed they're going to start giving out. I got this little thing in my analytics thing. They're going to start giving a lot of copyright strikes too.
Oh yeah,
Even though you have permission to use the music and whatnot, sometimes that's not good enough either.
no, it has to be. I talked to my lawyer friend about that. He's a copyright attorney. You have to go through their legal department, and you have to go through your legal department and make sure it's in paper, not digital. It has to be paper, and it's okay. If they pull it down and you have a paper copy, they're in trouble and they owe you. Uh,
That's what it said. It said if you had a legal something in writing between both of you, then it would probably be okay. But if somebody just to tell you verbally or on a handshake, that's not good enough.
no, it has to be in paper. Cannot be digital either. Can't be on the screen. Electronic. They won't accept it. Has to be paper. Period. So it kind of drives me nuts. That's why I just hum or don't go without music because unless you prove it,
Oh,
or
on your page, Jay, is you just have to make sure that you have your update stuff in your about section. Say, remember when I do everybody's channels, I tell them to always put those one or two paragraphs in there about you. First one tells them, "Hey, this is why I'm here. This is what I do." Second paragraph is, "In the future, I'd like to do this, da 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 da," and then have your contact information in there,
right,
and that completes the hookup of your page to the content that you have out there on your home section.
right. It's who, what, where. That's the easiest thing to remember for the homepage. Who, what, and where. That way everything's up board and legal and you have your email site or
Yeah, those days are gone, Will.
yep.
The days of the handshake are gone, buddy.
It's now days of the evil lawyers. And also your avatar on your little circle, you have to be really careful because I use floral. That my lawyer says floral is all right, but it cannot be a generic design. Now, Jade FM, I would find like a nice rose shot or a camel shot or a squirrel shot or some kind of non-generic uh, fauna or flora, animal life or plant life, and
Yeah,
put that up as your
as
avatar,
your avatar.
right? Because they're cracking down on the what you would call it. Um,
Well, that could be construed as a copyright infringement too, if you
right,
put the wrong stuff in there.
right. It has to be um, generic. Nature is okay because somebody tried to sue somebody over nature and the judge overturned it. You cannot sue nature. So if it's like I do blue hyacinths on my avatar, the blue flower, that's a
Yeah,
blue hyacinth. I was going for a rose, but everybody does roses. So I want to be something different, and I don't want to put my my face as an avatar. So I used the blue hyacinths. I like flowers.
I'm with you, Will, on that handshake thing. What happened to the days when you could just go? I remember back in the day, if you wanted to go buy a pickup from your buddy, it was just a handshake and a couple of bucks passed through your fingers, and that was good enough. It's not like that anymore. It kind of sucks.
No, it just drives you nuts.
Now everybody wants to know everything about you, and it has to be in writing so they can come back and sue you.
Oh yeah. This is why half the time Uncle Alan's sick, because I have to go through every legal document. It's making me sick as hell. I'm not feeling too hot. I did send a nice box to Cheryl. I just ran out of time and space, and you know how it is. Well, you get pulled 3 different ways.
She undid her box. You love that box you sent her.
Yeah, I got another box, but I can't do the walk. The road to the post office flooded out, and I don't want to cross it when it's like 1 foot of water in there. Our local, drainage of our streets aren't that great. So you don't want to walk about 2.5 miles through flooded streets. That's always fun.
Or you have to update your home page.
Yeah.
You have to make sure you get all that stuff back in there, and then make sure that your about section is up to date as well.
Yeah. Look at Will's. Will's has where's Will? Will's that way. Will has a great about page. Go check it out. Get great banner, everything. I still can't figure out how to do the lettering on the banner. I tried to put the subscribe, the S word thing on the bottom. It came out all screwy. So, and I have a laptop, so I'm not that good on all this high tech stuff. I did finally send. Let's see.
Verbal contact. Hardly any verbals are good anymore.
No. I sent one of these things to Liberty Garden, and he did a video. It's a very nice video, and it's one of those thumb stud things. I used to sell those. Hey, Gil.
About time you get out of that other one.
Things?
You get out of that other one you were in, didn't you?
Yeah. I was in the shower.
Right.
Hey, hair's nice and clean, shaven clean on the sides.
Right. Gil, remember these things?
Yep.
Yeah, I sent one to Liberty Garden. He finally did the video on that. They used to have the one with the little lever to flick it. Man, I hated that thing. That thing was just a piece of sheet metal that you press down and it's supposed to pop it up. It didn't really work. And one time it took a chunk out of my head because, you're trying to do that. And now I'm fairly fast with this, but.
Everybody's telling you hi.
Hey, hi.
The tardy boy.
Hey, CR. Hey, Will Patriot, Lori, Kyle, Tibor. Who else am I missing up there?
Brian?
Ryan. Yeah.
I think I got everybody. I'm not too sure. You got know yet, or it's
we got 13 watching, but only 8 thumbs ups.
Oh man, what's that first thing I ever put up there is hit that thumbs up, right?
Oh yeah.
Well, I'm gonna throw my little new signature up there in the chat.
Supposed to share it out when you tweet it or something too.
Right.
I do all that. I do all that
Jay.
when I get the notification.
There you go.
Do we get Jack? Hi, Jack. Jack the Pro.
Jack.
Pro, yep.
Good. Snowing.
Gunslinger.
Hey, Gunslinger.
Hi, Gunslinger.
I can't remember if I put your your envelope in the mail or not, Gunslinger. If you don't get something in a couple of days, resend your address, because I got all this stuff on my table cleared up today, but I couldn't remember if I sent yours out or not. So if you don't get one in a couple of days, get back with me so I can get something out to you.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember. Oh, is it clear and cold in Idaho, or are you going to get snow?
Well, hang on a second. I'll tell
Are
you.
you leaving, Lori, already?
Okay. We're supposed to get 40% chance of snow tomorrow, 50 tomorrow night, 50%
Oh,
Sunday.
Manic Rat back. How are
And then
you,
it clears back up.
Yeah.
So I got 2 days of possibility of snow, and then it clears back up. Lows are in the teens, highs at 32.
Night, Lori.
So, night, Lori. Didn't mean to chase you out, Lori.
Yeah.
That's what happens when you're late.
Right, because
Wait for that date.
yeah,
it's only 12 minutes late.
yeah, we got hit with the last of the storms. We're going to get hit again on Saturday. I think you should be all right for a little while. Then maybe Sunday you're going to get clobbered. Yeah,
We're
because
supposed to get some here in a couple of days, another bunch of snow.
right, that's from us. There's two streams clobbering the Nebraska and Idaho. That's the Canadian one. I got the Pacific one going this way, and the Canadian one going this way. And guess who's in the middle?
You.
Nope. Who lives in Utah?
Utah.
They're going to get clobbered really hard, or Colorado.
I know one of my Facebook buddies lives in Utah.
Better get skis.
Well, if the one's coming down from the north and the other one's coming in from the Pacific, when it hits, it's going to twist and it's going to go down into Arizona and New Mexico. So that means Prescott Caller Club may get some more snow, and it means that Reed is going to get a bunch more snow.
Oh, Reed might get dumped on. Yeah, he's not used to that.
Isn't Fringe File around that area too?
Who?
Fringe Fryer?
Fringe.
Fringe? I'm not sure where Fringe is at.
I think she's either in Colorado or one of the adjoining states. Utah, Nevada. She's out in the off grid, so you got to be one of those places.
I'm 45 minutes from the Colorado border.
Yeah. Yeah, you might get hit, Will.
Yeah, I usually do. When they get hit, I usually get dumped on too.
Yeah.
I'm 45 minutes from Colorado, and I'm 20 minutes from Wyoming.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, do what you all need to do, don't you? Get this right here.
Oh, that's nice.
It's the Boy Scouts Be Prepared, and they added for life on it. Life brings you anything, so be prepared for life.
That's the Boy Scout lifer sticker.
No, not a lifer. It's a little, just a patch they have. But it says, it has the be prepared.
Yeah.
And then they added on here for life.
For life.
It's not a motto. It's more like it's a semi-motto. And it's an encouragement to get their that certain merit badges done, like the personal management, personal fitness, family life.
Oh, after you get all your badges, you can go back and get.
These are
go back and pick up different other badges. It doesn't go towards your Eagle, but it's just badges that you can pick up.
These are part of the 13 that are required for Eagle, but those three, the personal fitness, personal management, and family life are usually the last three people get, and that's where if they don't get it, that's where they lose their Eagle, because each one of those takes 3 months to do.
Yep.
Yeah. I forget to say hello to Nomadic Rat Pack and Clint. Clint's out
guys.
in the booth.
Hey, Nomadic.
Hey, snow. Lots of snow.
You don't need no stinking badge. Yeah, I didn't need no stinking badge either, but I had a lot of Boy Scouts that I had under my wing to get stinking badges.
Weren't you
Yeah,
a
my
scoutmaster?
my youngest son, he had so all right. You need there are 13 required and 8 others, so you got to have a total of 21 to be an Eagle. He had that, and then for every 5 additional merit badges, you get a palm. He had 4 Eagle palms.
He had 4 palms. Man, he was dedicated.
And no, he took time off
Yeah.
from doing. Well, he was still in Scouts, but he wasn't earning merit badges because
Uh,
he was part of 2 troops and a crew. During that time he took off, he was on the crew doing high adventure stuff. Like he went,
okay. Yeah,
he
those
went to
crews are
New Mexico,
yeah,
where
the
they did
crews get to do the
cavalcade.
cool stuff. Yep.
And cavalcade is where they pack everything up on the horses like the cavalry, and they go out through New Mexico camping.
Yeah, the crews are the cool guys.
And then he was also quartermaster staff for the National Youth Leadership training for 5 sessions, which which took him 3 years to do.
He didn't have a girlfriend then.
He still doesn't have a girlfriend. He has online girlfriends, but
I did.
nothing really serious.
What's kind of weird
That's
with
what my son says too. I asked
what
him the
was
other
it?
day how come he didn't have a girlfriend yet. And he said, I know some girls. They're online, Dad. I said, that's not a girlfriend. He goes, yeah. He said, good enough for me.
No, he's gone down. He actually went down and met the one down in Los Angeles, and they went to what's the Magic Mountain down there, and he came up here. He was supposed to meet one up here in Idaho, and she got nervous, or her parents got nervous. Who's this boy coming from California? But yeah, he's working full time. I mean, and actually putting some overtime working. He works for White Magic Restorations. So
Right.
a place has a fire, or they got water leaks or something like that. They go in and clean everything up.
Okay. Something like that.
Yeah.
Green truck place. Surf Pro.
Yeah, right now, Will Patriot. Right now, he's in California, so he's like Steve at Corsair Trainers. He doesn't get cold, so he doesn't need a girlfriend to keep him warm in the wintertime.
True. But anyway, gotta have pythons. Gotta say that.
Gotta love carpet pythons. Yeah.
Right.
Gays out there, yep.
Yeah, they're having summer in Australia.
Yep.
Oh, I was reading something on my tax sheets. Was kind of weird. Virginia now claims that some organization, it's adults that sponsor the Boy Scouts, is considered a paramilitary organization with the Scouts. I'm looking at them like, no, I heard those guys were mostly religious and they like the Boy Scouts. And it's 102-year-old, whatchamacallit, organization. I can't think of the name.
When I was in the Boy Scouts, I got kicked out. Yeah, kicked out for going across the lake to the Girl Scouts camp.
No, but it was a religious organization. It's about 102 years old. And Virginia states they're a paramilitary organization. And
right now, the blue demons in charge of Virginia have their heads so far up there that they got to open their mouths to see.
Right. It's kind of hilarious because, Boy Scouts, YMCA, the Red Cross is paramilitary organizations. The Salvation Army, come on. It's like Salvation Army, the guys ringing the bells. I had 2 of them be getting mugged here because of Bakersfield. Who mugs a Salvation Army worker in a wheelchair ringing a bell?
Somebody whose parents didn't spank them when they were kids and teach them that there were penalties for doing bad things.
It's
funny, Timor.
It gets getting ridiculous. It's a volunteer for Salvation Army. She's ringing the bell. She has MS and she's in a wheelchair. Nobody in their right mind does that to a person who's out in the cold, ringing a bell, trying to get donations.
Actually,
Yeah.
Jay, I told him I was trying to get my swimming badge because we swam over the lake. Me and about 3 other scouts snuck up on them little Girl Scouts because we met them down at the beach the day before.
Oh Lord.
Jay was said you got lost when you were trying to do orienteering. You wound up over there.
It was pretty funny, but they told us that they didn't want us in the troop anymore. The leader had to call up my dad and have him come get me. Then he asked, my dad asked how come I was coming home, and I said my scout leader doesn't have a sense of humor. So he went and talked to the scout leader and came back and said, "Come on, you don't need these stinking guys anyway."
You should have gone to another troop. Some troops are actually really funny about stuff like that.
That guy was.
Yeah. Yeah. The oh,
Mondak, hey, how you doing, Mondak?
Mondak Living. Hey, how you doing there? I just got some bonus stuff to add to my giveaway. I got two more.
Stuff?
Yeah, I got 2 more of those knives.
Yeah.
And 2 more of the camp stoves.
Oh man, cool beans.
Yeah, so it's it's flushing it out, making it more even all the way down for all 10 of them. Oh, and I also have coming 20 wallet size magnifying glasses. So you can take it, you can actually start a fire with it, or you can hold it over the
Yep.
Frenzel lenses.
So you can read the fine print here.
Yeah, they're called Frenzel.
Yeah.
Frenzel lenses.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm just tired.
So I got each person will get 2 of those.
Oh, that's good. I'm just
brownies. Some of them were brownies, others were just the regular Girl Scouts.
Yeah.
Oh Lord. Now they're all combined.
The lady leaders, I think, got more excited than the man leaders did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The thing is on the Boy Scouts, Uncle was shaking his head about them being co-ed now. The United States was one of the last countries to hold out them being co-ed. And they've always been from the beginning in Britain been co-ed.
Yeah.
And that's where it started.
It was boys and girls. Yep.
Yep.
And so long as they run it right, there's no problems.
Hi, Tyler.
Listening in, Tyler.
Got to get a grinder, Tyler, and a Dutch oven.
Yeah, there's some some of those the guys in the troops and stuff that are they're really got their heads on straight, being Boy Scouts, because they learn a lot of stuff. My son actually was one of the first Boy Scouts to get the welding merit badge when they came out with the welding merit badge.
Yeah.
They came out with it, and then a couple of months later, he had the merit badge.
Yeah, my son had his too because his dad was a welder.
Oh boy. Okay, I'll be right back in just a second. I gotta check wiring again.
Yeah.
Going up in the rotors? You gotta go up in the rotors?
Yeah, because between the rotors, the wiring, and this house built in the 90s by, well, Gil knows what I'm talking about. Any house built in the 90s, you have so many damn shortcuts they did. It's like, I'm always trying to fix this house.
Yeah.
There
was a big rush in the early 90s of county and city inspectors being on the take.
Yeah, they didn't care how the house looked as long as they got money in their pocket.
Yeah. Yeah, Tyler, I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7. I got 8 Dutch ovens, and then I got 2 cast iron pots, that I can hang over the fire, just like you see in the old movies where they had in the fireplace they had that swing arm that would swing in and out over the fire, and you just swing a pot in. I got 2 of those. Shepherd's pie. Oh yeah, good. What's even better out of a Dutch oven is apple cobbler.
Oh, that's a good one. That's easy to make too.
Oh yeah. And the thing is, most people will make peach cobbler. They'll put in the can of peaches, save the juice, and they'll line the Dutch oven with foil. They'll put in the peaches, and they'll use the juice to mix up the white cake mix, and they'll put white or yellow cake mix on top. Well, for our guys, what we did, I got some of the apple pie filling from Smart and Final. And I put that in the bottom, and instead of putting a white or yellow cake mix on it, I used Duncan Hines spice cake mix.
Oh wow, that sounds nice.
Oh yeah, and so they did that, and it's just like, oh, that became their new favorite. It was like apple pie on top of a spiced cake.
All right, bye, Jack. Thanks for coming by, buddy. I appreciate it.
Yeah, Jack, take it easy. Potatoes done in a Dutch oven is good too.
Yep. Fried potatoes. Yep.
Apple cobbler, apple pie. Yeah, you guys suck. I'm hungry. Yeah, there's the cooking merit badge really teaches young men responsibility for when they're not hanging on to their mother's apron strings when they're out on their own.
You just hang that steel pot on the tripod and just throw a little bit of everything in there and make it a hell of a stew.
Yep.
Throw a few chunks of meat in there. Have all the boys sitting around the fire peeling the vegetables.
Yep. Half pound of bacon. Oh, half a pound. Oh, you're stingy. We toss in 3 pounds of bacon into a Dutch oven, and then the potatoes on top of it. And actually, what my son would do, because when I came in as a scoutmaster, the previous scoutmaster stayed on as an assistant scoutmaster, and some of the other assistant scoutmasters stayed on, and they would do they'd slice the potatoes and cook them in the Dutch ovens. My son came in. He goes, no, because my son is even at 13 was cooking good stuff. He tossed all the bacon in and started cooking the bacon, and then he took the potatoes and he brought a cheese grater and he made hash browns and piled that into the Dutch oven. You want to talk? There was nothing left of that meal. They ate it all.
We grated the potatoes before we left.
Mm-hmm. Fire stick, piece of meat, a boy's all set. Well, if you looked at my giveaway for the first place thing, there's 5 extendable like marshmallow things, but they got big old forks on them that you can put hot dogs on there, or you can put a chunk of meat on there, and now Mondak's mad. He's getting hungry.
Now he's getting hungry. Yep.
Yeah, but like at the National Youth Leadership Training, we'd put on one of the days we'd give them two Dutch ovens and make them, cook something up, give them whatever ingredients, and they had to cook something up for dinner and for their little patrol. So they're usually 6 or 7 in patrol, and they had to be able to feed 2 of the adult leaders. And usually we had
hey, common sense with Elizabeth. Hey,
yeah,
how are you doing?
8 patrols.
She's been trying to get on here for a while now. Welcome.
Okay, so it looks like she's just going to stay here for a couple of minutes and then go to sleep. Well, that's okay. You can watch it in the replay later. Yeah.
Yep, or just go to bed and watch it until you doze off. Brian the Gamer, hey, there you go.
The fire department.
Fire department.
Oh man. Yeah, I had an interesting evening. I had or afternoon. I had all three of my grandsons because my daughter was at work and my son-in-law started a job working swing shift. So I had them for about 4 hours. They like crawling on Grandpa.
Go Hawks, that's right, buddy. Man, they had a good game the other day.
Put this down over there.
They're gonna play Dallas next time. They're 10-2.
Yeah, I haven't paid much attention to any sports in several years.
I live in the sticks. I very seldom get to watch them play, but I keep up.
Let's see. Ooh, my Steelers won 2. They won 3 out of their last 4. Oh, okay.
You went and got copies, CR. You didn't bring any back for us. Come on. What's on with that? Okay, Will. You get in busy, I'll be here for a little bit.
All right, well, take it easy.
You got some of those tubes you just kind of put down into the fire and blow into them. Those are kind of handy.
Yeah. They have the ones that telescope out, too. And did I miss it? When did he come in here? Southern Ohio Prepping. When did he come in?
He's in here?
Yeah, there he is. Yep, he came in.
Is he in the background somewhere? There he is. Hey, guys.
Yep.
What you doing, Dave? There's a link there in their stream somewhere.
Yeah, link's back at 10:04.
You give him a new one. Anybody can jump on them links that want to. Al's back.
Yeah,
I'm back.
Yeah.
I love going up the attic and fix wiring.
Yeah.
You took your hat with you, right? So you didn't bump your head?
Yeah, I got my flashlight, the hat, pliers, and cursing everybody. Always fun. It's like, I did a video today. Everybody remember this, or did the Mandela effect screwed up with you guys' memory? Remember this?
Ah, the Nestle Chunky Bar. Yeah. I saw that in your video earlier.
Those are good.
This was, now they call it Super Chunky. Does anybody remember the ingredients?
Isn't the Chunky sort of like a real thick Nestle Crunch bar?
No, it's more like the Cadbury bar. Remember Cadbury fruit and nut bar? Hazel.
Oh, okay.
Currants and
not sure.
I have a lot of those days, Dave.
Whatchamacallit? I'm trying to remember. They changed the formula in 1995 when Nestle was bought out by the Swiss guys.
Mm-hmm.
And actually bought this one from a Ohio company. Originally, this was a uh, Junkie Bar was another name nobody ever remembers. It's popular in the 50s because it was based on an old military spec ration. I don't know if it was Canada, England, Australia, or the US, but it was produced very little because it had fruit in it. It had currants, raisins, um, dried cherries.
Night, Mondak.
The dried cherries threw me off on this one. And I seen an ad for Chunko.
See you, Mondak. Have a great night, buddy.
Night, Monda. It was called Chunko bars.
Yeah.
And I seen ads in Japan for Chunko bars in Japanese and occupied Japan, which was kind of weird.
Yeah. Tibor said that it came in plain and with raisins in it too at one point.
Yeah, it was originally it was solid, but nobody would eat it because it was still using the old military formula, and it had some kind of wax in it, food, so it wouldn't melt. I can't remember the wax's name.
Yeah.
What, Gil? You might know it. Karumba wax.
I'm not sure.
It was some kind of food wax in it. So it'd be 105 outside, and the bar wouldn't melt. And you could shave it to make whatchamacallit, cocoa, the world's evilest looking cocoa in the world. That you take your pocket knife and you whittle one of these bars down. So the guys changed the formula, and they took out the wax and put in the fruit, dried cherries, blueberries, hazelnuts, peanuts, walnuts. At one time they had dates in it, but nobody liked this one like in dates. And what was weird was that same company that produced this in Ohio produced. You can remember, guys. Remember X-Lax, the chocolates.
X-Lax chocolate bar, yeah.
Yeah, and break off a piece. He also had another one.
Gulf wax.
What?
Gulf, Gulf wax is something used in chocolate making. It's basically the type of paraffin wax that's food grade.
Oh, gross.
Yeah.
It'll lubricate your systems at least. Anyway, next to X-Lax, they produced a chocolate that was like, they bought it from the German Skokola. I'm pronouncing it right, Gil? Skokola?
Common sense with Elizabeth.
Sure.
Wants to know if there's a trick to cooking in a Dutch oven.
Will, do you remember Skokola from Germany? It's like in a round disc kind of tin.
No, I don't remember those.
Yeah, when I was in West Germany, they had those. And this company in Ohio that used to make Chunky and X-Lax used to produce the same bar like X-Lax, except it was dark chocolate, caffeine, and I think bennies in it. So when you were tired as a truck driver, you break off a chunk of the bar and you eat it, and you kept on driving. And they took it off the market, I think, in '62 because the truckers would eat the whole bar instead of taking one piece.
Yeah.
And they would get, run to the bathroom, but they were wired, and finish their runs in less than 12 hours. It's like a 2-day run.
Uncle Al, we got two things in the side chat here. Tibor says Canuba wax, and then later it became an ingredient in car wax. And Common Sense with Elizabeth is asking, is there a trick to cooking in a Dutch oven? Yes and no. The trick to cooking in Dutch oven is to basically it's best to use like the charcoal briquettes, and you put actually more on top than it's basically like you put 3 on top, you put 1 on the bottom.
Actually, if you preheat the bottom before you put your food in there.
Well, sometimes you can't preheat it when you're mixing in it. And if you're cooking, and a lot of people say, make sure your Dutch oven is well seasoned, which I agree with, because a well seasoned Dutch oven will not stick. It's like Teflon.
Right.
Others will say to you line it, and that way you don't have to worry about it. There are only certain things I line a Dutch oven for. If you're cooking with sugar,
Yeah.
like a cobbler, or if you're cooking using acidic foods like tomatoes, because that'll eat the
Iron.
seasoning right off.
Yep.
And you check it constantly. I've cooked bread in there. I've cooked monkey bread in there, really good. But when I'm cooking breads, I put a round rack, like a cake rack, in the bottom to lift the pan off the bottom, so it's actually like it's in an oven on a rack in the oven. So you can use it a Dutch oven like a pot for like stews and stuff like that, or you can use it as a pan for cobblers and stuff like that, or you can put a pan in it and use it like an oven. So there are a bunch of great cookbooks on it. Uncle Al had one up on his a couple of videos ago. He had it on it.
Yep. By J. James Fear.
Yeah, and there's one put out by the National Park Service.
Yep.
That has like 50 years of Dutch oven recipes. Oh, it's good.
Yeah, and also some of the bigger Dutch ovens, like I think Gil's that way.
Yeah.
Has a trivet. You know what the trivet is? The 3-prongy thing that you put on the base of the Dutch oven. It goes inside the pot, and you put in, I forgot what the heck they call it. It's not a cake pan, but it's made for the Dutch oven. It's like it has a little bale wire. You put it in, and you put your food in there. If you want to steam or bake something, it goes right on top of that trivet, and it cooks it. You add a little water, it'll steam it. I forgot.
The trivets are I found are cost prohibitive compared to, you can go to dollar store and get a little 6-inch round cake rack or 9-inch round cake rack. Go right in the Dutch oven. It works just great. But you trying to get all those cast iron trivets, they get expensive.
I know.
And they're really not that worth it comparative wise. I just found out it just works better just with one of the cake wire ones in it. But yeah, you can get all sorts of pans to go in there. And actually, we found some bundt pans that'll fit inside a Dutch oven, and those are great for doing like the monkey bread and dinner rolls. You put what the dinner rolls are just kind of just sitting next to it, but they break apart. You put those in, that way it cooks evenly all the way through it. And
also, they had a pizza pan one time. I don't know if it was the skillet type or a Dutch oven.
Hang on a second. The Crypto Man Hiking and Bushcraft.
Hey, how you doing, Crypto Man?
Hey, Crypto Man.
Nomadic Rat Pack says he uses an upside down pie pan with holes in it. Yeah, that can work too.
Oh yeah.
But what I like about the wire rack, it allows airflow all the way around a little bit better. We've actually done contests with the Dutch ovens for the Boy Scouts, where we give them the Dutch oven, we give them a roll of foil. They have to make a seam because the foil's not wide enough to line the Dutch oven, so they got to put two pieces together, fold it, make a waterproof seam. Then we put a half gallon of water in it, and then they got to run with a relay race. And whoever has the most water left with a dry pan wins.
Oh, that's good. I'm trying to remember something. When I was overseas, a lot of their versions of the Dutch oven did not come with a lid, and a lot of the villages that used them, they couldn't put anything on top of the oven because no lid.
Right.
Put hot rocks or coals on top of it, goes right through. So what they did was they make a clay oven. They put all the coals in the bottom, and it slips right on top. There's a perfect mold. I think they have a YouTube video of it. It goes in there, and they'll make a wooden lid for the Dutch oven, which is a lot lighter. 3 pieces of wood. They showed me how to do it. You put a groove on either side, and it's hardwood like birch or something. They're semi-hardwood, and it's all jointed. It's dovetailing. I think is it dovetailing? Jill?
I'm thinking. I just had a brain fart.
That's
My
all right.
brain went south for the winter.
Hey, Rock of Ages, I didn't see you slide in. How are you doing?
Yeah. No, I can't remember the joint, what they call it, because they use 3 pieces of wood, no nails. It all fits together, and you cover the stew pot, or
It might be tongue and groove.
could be.
That way, it fits. Let me get my hands here right. So it goes in like this.
Uncle Al,
And
put
that way
your
ports.
channel in the chat. Put your link to your channel in the chat.
I don't know if I could do it.
I can. Give me a second here. I'll pull it up here.
No, I can't do it on my side. I'm third, so.
Yeah. All right.
Put it in the side chat.
I think Gil got it.
Well, I'm getting it just a second.
Elizabeth wants it.
Excuse me. Come on, computer. Let's go. Thank you. And DIEULFRO. Come on. It's
Yeah, I know.
Hi, Bullfrog 79. Come on, bring it up.
Fuzz Fork, hey, how you doing, my friend? Good to see you.
Hi, Fuzz Fork. Yeah, Elizabeth, I tried putting it under Uncle Al. It doesn't come up right.
Cast iron and roadkill do go together, actually.
Like I told everybody earlier, why I chose not Uncle Al, Die Bullfrog 79 as my handle. You know how many Uncle Al's are out there? It's like DJ Uncle Al, World War II Uncle Al.
There we go.
Vietnam veteran Uncle Al. Uncle Al, Hispanic Uncle Al. If a Martian pops out or a Democrat says Uncle Al, I am.
We know how you feel about that, Uncle Al.
I tell you, it just gets insane.
There it is for you, Cheryl.
Ryan got it faster. Yeah.
Ryan's good.
Thank you, Ryan.
I have my computer's kind of freezing up on the side here. Oh well. All right. I finally got it. Now it's in. All right. All right, Ryan. That's 2 points for you.
Ba-ding!
Okay. Now, back up here. Who said it on the leg share? That was.
I think it was Common Sense with Elizabeth.
Okay. Tibor said that the original Dutch ovens over flat bottom and the 3 legs are American version.
That Dutch oven, you can actually hang it from that can't remember what it's called, but
Tripod.
Tripod. You can hang it from there and cook the bread in there. And after you get the bread going, you can put the top on it and just put the briquettes or some heated sticks or logs on top of it. Heated from both sides.
Yeah, here's the thing. Dutch ovens were not called Dutch ovens until 1707 when an Englishman by the name of Darby had gone to the Netherlands and learned how they were using how to work their special casting style using sand and stuff.
Right.
And when he came back, he patented it under the name of Dutch oven for the process of using the sand.
Right. Before that was called something else in Dutch.
It was just cast iron pans and stuff.
No, they had a Dutch word for it.
Yeah.
Afrikaner use it.
But the Dutch were also casting most of theirs not in cast iron, but in brass.
Right. Portage. POTU something. It's Afrikaner or Old Dutch.
Yeah.
It means brass pot with a lid, or it's cast iron with a lid.
Yeah.
And
And they also used to just call them casserole dishes.
Yes,
Right.
T-Worth is a cast iron 4-inch deep skillet with lid, as heavy as hell, and it can be used as a skillet or an oven.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
But yeah, and so most of the Dutch ovens we have now that you can get are deep dish Dutch ovens. But the ones I want to get are the shallow ones that are wider.
Right.
Then it has a thing. And actually, what I did is I made 2 Dutch ovens from cast iron skillets. They didn't have a long handle, and then they had the 2 little loop handles on it.
Oh, so you just turned them upside
And so
down.
I turned it over, and I slid it so instead of meeting like this, it met like this, and where it met, I drilled a hole through, put a roll pin in the one, then enlarged the hole on the other one, so I could just set it on there, and it would lock. It would lock and wouldn't twist. And then I put the coals on top on the bottom. I just lift that off, set it off to the side, and I have a shallow dish Dutch oven.
Oh, wow.
At half the price.
Yeah. I forget. Where was Lodges located at? It's next to Smoky Mountain Knife Works in Seaverville, Tennessee, I think. Because I went there on vacation with number 1 girlfriend before she passed away with her kids. I don't like to talk about that, but we went there and we had a blast. We stopped by Smoky Mountain Knife Works, and then we stopped by to the Lodge Manufacturing. And at that time, gee, that was like 20 years ago.
Interesting fact.
Who knows how to season them?
Season the Dutch ovens? Oh, it's easy.
Any kind of cast iron.
Yeah, any type of cast iron oven, it's really easy to season. You get it clean first. You get tallow is the best thing to use. You can use like olive oils and stuff, but it doesn't give the good seasoning that tallow does. And you give it a light coating. You heat it up to about 400 degrees. And I think it's like 10, 15 minutes. And then you let it cool down. You check it, you wipe it down, recoat it, do it again. After several times, you'll get a nice, thick, dark, black, smooth coating on it like Teflon. It's a process. And that's why most people will not, that really love their cast iron, will go through the process, will not cook certain things in it. They'll use a liner for it because they, like I said, tomatoes and stuff like that, high in acidic, will eat away that coating.
Yeah.
And they'll take their time on it.
I use that tallow, but I leave it in the oven. I put it in there and leave it in there for a few hours.
Yeah.
And take it out and then coat it again. Then I'll put it back in there for a few more hours till it makes onto it,
Yeah. If you have it high enough, it's going to smoke, and it's going to smoke pretty good. Yeah. So you don't want to do it indoors. You want to do it outdoors, and that's why sometimes they'll just cook. Instead of like they're cooking with it with the coals on top, and the inside will be all they'll season the inside at the high temperatures, and they'll season the outside at the low temperatures. The interesting thing, Paul Revere is credited with the design of the flat lid with the ridge around it to hold the coals on.
Right, because before that was
domed.
Domed, yeah.
And not only was it domed, in the middle of the dome, so if the dome's like this, so where my knuckles are, these knuckles here, going around the rim on the inside, they had little protrusions down. So as the steam would come down and hit that, and it would land back in the middle of the food and not going down the edge of the pot so much.
Right.
Nomadic says he likes doing it in the campfire seasoning.
And if you want to get real beef tallow, you can try with the Townsend channel on YouTube. And he does so in the quart jar, real beef tallow. You want beef tallow.
Yep.
You do not want that weird byproduct from China. God, that stunk like high heaven. Try to get it out of the pot.
Yeah. The that common sense there. I had a friend refused to if she saw a friend didn't wash her cast iron. Most people will not wash their cast iron with soap. Sometimes they'll rinse it out and immediately dry it while it's warm. If we had something like we were camping and something got stuck on it, we would not use soap. We go down to the river edge where there's some really fine sand, and just that area, just go over in the area where it was, and just clean the areas that stuff was stuck to it, and then we'd re-season it before we cook again.
Yeah, my mom, she would just take a paper towel or something like that, and just wipe it out after she cooked in it, and then just pour a little bit of grease in there, and just leave it sitting on the stove.
I had a brain fart here, guys. I just remembered there is a website called the Dutch Oven Society.
Oh yeah.
All right, they are great. They are big into restoring it. They a lot of people are. I've seen a lot of videos lately. People using battery chargers to do electrolysis to clean the rust off of a Dutch oven. But what they fail to do is to reverse the process after the Dutch oven is all clean. Put a piece of sacrificial steel in there and have it go from that steel onto the Dutch oven to fill in all the divots and rusty and crack, all the stuff caused pits, to fill in all the pits and stuff, to give your thickness back to your Dutch oven. Fuzz Fork, how you doing?
I had a buddy of mine was telling me that he got some cast irons at a garage sale, and they were all rusted out and stuff. And when he got them home, he started using a steel brush on them. I said, "What?" "Yeah, I used steel brush to get all that rust out." And I said, "You couldn't have used the worst thing. You don't want to use a steel brush on them."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, if a Dutch oven or a cast iron skillet or something is really pitted bad and it's rusty, you really got to clean it. There's a trying to think what it's called. Basically, for like we used them on engine blocks. A little disc that would go on the die grinders,
Right.
and it would just polish it down to steel. And we would use that to restore the Dutch oven. Yeah, we'd taken off a bunch of metal too, but we'd get it down, and then we would use the sacrificial piece of steel and use the electrolysis to basically like coating a chrome bumper. Same process, or using copper to give it a copper coating on stuff. Same process, and you just build the steel or the iron back up on the Dutch oven. Yeah, Dave, you're right. Salt is the best to do it, especially if you have sea salt, and then regular iodized salt, and then sand if you have it.
Right. Another way is to remove rust. If it's light coat, my friend used to do it here in California, but he got fed up with the taxes, and he runs a restore shop, and he moved to Nevada. You bring it
For Fuzz Fork, just here to stir the pot.
Whatchamacallit? Let's see. Moved to, I think, outside of Las Vegas near Laughlin, and he'll take your lightly rusted Dutch oven or Dutch pans or fry pans, and a process where he uses crushed walnut shells to take off the rust. And it's easier than sandblasting, and the walnut shells is a lot softer, but they still take off the rust and won't pit or corrode the metal.
Yeah, it's because they're acidic. Other things to use, Pneumatic Rat Pack said he used to use Coca-Cola to eliminate the rust. Coca-Cola dissolves the metals too.
Yeah, it's pretty acidic.
Lemon juice and vinegar.
Oh yeah,
are two other things to do it. You soak it in. My youngest son Matthew was we found a really old rusted one. We got it for free, and so he soaked it in probably about 3 gallons of vinegar, and just had it in there, and he would go out, scrape the scum off, check it, put it back in, and he had it in there for like 2 weeks because that thing was rusted bad, and got all the rust out of the pits and everything. And then he spent another 2 weeks doing sacrificial steel and electrolysis to do it. And it's I'm trying to remember the type of sodium. I can't remember what it used in the water when you're doing the putting the metal back on.
It's a salt, right? Like gypsum or.
No, it's like almost like I almost want to say
Gypsum?
it's a caustic soda. That's it. It's caustic soda.
Because it has to put a charge through it, right?
Yeah. What you do is so you have on your sacrificial piece of steel you put in there, you have from a battery charger, you have, I can't remember if it's positive or negative. I always check before I do it so I don't do it the wrong way. You have one charge on the sacrificial and the other one on the pot itself. And if the pot has a hanger on it, hook it to the hanger so it goes through it. And yeah, it's it just basically you're doing like the old bumpers and stuff.
Oh yeah. I have one old fry pan with a lid. Both are cast iron, and they're both about 150 years old. No way it's coming out of my safe.
Yeah.
I'm keeping that puppy. You know how hard it is to find a good frying pan that's that thick, height, lid, so you can fry things in it. It's seasoned, it's packed away, it's in my safe, and it's going to stay there.
Yeah. The one of the things we found. What's that, Will?
Said that's a good place to have it.
Yeah. One of the things we found, which was interesting, was a Grissom one, a Grissom brand, which is the really good, expensive old ones.
Oh yeah.
That someone was going to throw away. It was a Dutch oven with the legs on it, but it had a skillet handle on it, so it was that deep with the legs, had the wire on it, and had a handle on the side.
Right. I can't remember what they used to call those things. They used to make you fry pork in it. You fry the hide off, so you get the fat, get lard.
Yeah.
And you make cracklings.
Yeah. But this one was so badly rusted as well. They were going to throw it away, and that's our next project to restore.
Restore? That's good.
Yeah.
Make cracklings.
But if you find like the old ones, like you got Lodge right now and Camp Chef ones that are making tons of cast iron pots and stuff. But what's interesting, you find some of the old Grissom Dutch ovens and stuff, and cast iron pans and stuff like that. The outside bottom is as smooth as the inside.
Right.
And what's neat about those, when they're nice and smooth and flat like that, you can use them on a not a convection, induction stovetop. Because it's smooth, it's on there, and it cooks just great on those.
Okay, I think we're about done.
Yeah.
Got the hour in.
Okay, guys. So, yeah. So we wound up on cast iron and stuff. I hope it was informative to everybody.
That was a pretty good subject too.
Yeah. A lot of people don't.
Griswold, that's it. Griswold. Yeah.
Right.
Pneumatic, yeah. Griswold brand. I know it began with a G. Hey, I'm old. I'm trying to get rid of all this other government stuff out of my brain so I can remember all the good stuff.
Yeah. It's kind of funny. Nobody ever cooks with cast iron anymore. You have to go like overseas and you see like an old lady cooking on something.
Oh, I can tell you this. Any mother of a good Boy Scout has learned to cook with cast iron because she had to teach him how to cook with cast iron.
My mom had cast iron. That's how I learned.
Yeah. And the thing is, my wife started cooking on cast iron before we had any of our boys were in scouts because the doctor said she needed more iron in her diet. And he goes, cook on cast iron. It draws the iron out through the seasoning into the food.
Yep.
I think Will's kind of tired. You're tired over here, right, Will?
Yeah.
I'm getting tired.
All righty. It's 11:10. Yeah, let's get out of here.
Tomorrow is 1 p.m., you guys.
All
1
right.
p.m.
Mountain time. Be there, be square.
All righty.
I'll
Bye,
put a
folks.
notification out. Thanks for coming by.
All right. See you
All right.
guys later.